What we doing today, Marcel?
I'm getting a hot tip, curl the top, cut this off.
YouTube, what's going on? I get a lot of insights and engagement and everything, but I don't get guys subscribing. So if you don't already, please subscribe to the channel and let's lock in. We're going up the whole 2025 and y'all know what that's about. Let's lock in. First, I start by prepping the head. A prepped head is the best head, always the best head. So what I do, I start by combing, picking, just picking this curl pattern out because we're gonna reactivate the curls. It's always better to do this because it'll define your haircut a lot better. Here I'm taking my low pros. I gotta get the FX ones like these, simply because these ones just are outdated, and I like all my things to be new, fairly new. So I create my guideline between the this vertical bar and the crease of his ear. I went level all the way open, about a finger's width, and then here I'm just going halfway closed, and now I'm going all the way closed. And this cut turned out to be fire. This my first cut inside on my YouTube channel, inside my own suite. So it's only up from here. I still got a lot of decorating to do. My decorations and things didn't come, but we locked in. Here I'm taking my 1.5 with my Stylecraft instincts, and I use my instincts because I felt like they cut just a tiny bit closer than my my black labels. And I'm fading down simply because I didn't want to take too much of the bulk off, and I want to create a transition. That's just always the case with any haircut. You always want to create a transition. Here I'm going back with my black lasers. So because I used a 1.5, I can use my 0.5 now, which is a 0 guard on the black labels. This guard came with the black labels. I'm going level all the way close. I'm just detailing basically, and as you can see, like, it came together beautiful by me just fading down. Here I'm taking my 1 guard. I felt like it wasn't needed, but there's always room to use it. I just can't go too far in. Going level all the way close because I use my 0.5 in a way that most barbers that's starting out wouldn't have. So just take heed of that. Staying consistent with my strokes. Staying consistent. Everything is consistent within the strokes. Here, because these are not my hitters, I am able to flip my trimmers around and hit his neck area, but I'm still being very light with my hands. I don't want to press down. You don't want to irritate nobody's neck, so please be as light as possible. I'm taking my black labels again, my masters, and I'm going level all the way open, and I'm going up a finger's width. As you can see, that's a finger's width. And I modify my own blades, whether it's my clippers or my trimmers, because I just like to be able to shred. So that's why I look like I'm flowing with these, because I modified the blade myself. Yeah, I'm going level all the way close, just knocking out that line. That transition is gonna look great. It's gonna look great. Yeah, I'm taking my 1.5, of course. Just taking my 1.5 and going up a finger's width, because I don't want to go up too high. As you can see, his back neck area of where you should really be, I don't want to go too high. So I could have took a higher guard, but this is the framework that I want within my taper, as low as it supposed to be with it when I want to see transition. Yeah, I'm going level all the way close. I don't need to go halfway right out the muscle with the 1.5, simply because the 1.5 close is doing his work for me. As you can see, it's doing his work. I'm just cleaning up. I'm just giving an even length. So I could use this, my 0.5, which is my 1/16. As you can see, the 1/16 is creating some transition for me. Brush one, fade one, brush one, fade one, brush one, fade one. I got my AirPod and I was locked in this cut. Just a lot was on my mind, but it's what come with the game, man. That's my guy Marcel, been coming to me, for some time now. So, our conversation's always good. Just one of those days. I'm going level all the way close. I'm just detailing. As you can see, I'm barely touching them, but I'm touching them because I don't want to take too much hair off. Here's my number 1 guard. Now I can flow into that 1.5. Now I can flow in that 1.5. I'm just detailing with the 1 though. I'm just detailing. That's dope. That's dope. As you can see, that is my taper right there. So I could have finished it off and kept it like this, but as you can see, we still have ball. So I'm take what I do. I take my number 3, level all the way open, and I'm just flicking out. I just want to see if this number 3 will get me where I need to be, and if it don't, I can always drop down to a number 2. But because we did a 1.5, we should be able to work with the 3. As you can see, I'm just hitting and flicking, hitting and flicking, hitting and flicking, hitting and flicking. That's coming together clean. You just want to take some of the bulk off. You don't want too much bulk, but you don't want no bulk. And I know it might sound crazy, but sometimes a haircut requires you to have bulk. Here, this is my 2 guard. Of course, I'm using my 2 because my 1.5 would have cut all this completely too close. And I'm just using the 2 all the way open. As I get higher and higher, I flicks out. And his pattern in the back of his neck is crazy. So I understand that after you're done with a blend, you always have to go back. Even after you line somebody up, you can see the blend a lot better. And to that case, that works best for me. You know, I don't want to over detail, because if I over detail, I might go up too high, or I might take too much hair off or whatever. So I would leave some of the bulk sometimes and just come back after I'm done lining them up so I can get an even transition. And that's what helps me. That's what helps me give out a good haircut. This is my 1.5 right here. And I'm just detailing with the 1.5, you know. Don't want to go up too far. I'll come back with my number 1 guard. That's come together clean. As you can see, I'm just brushing and fading, brushing and fading, brushing and fading. Because I'm just detailing. Here I'm using my teeth. As you can see, I'm using the 2 teeth that's either on the right side or the left side. Because I don't want to take too much of the bulk off, and I want to create a transition, as you see. That's clean. That's clean. That's clean. And I'm sorry, I apologize if it might sound like I'm talking fast, but I want to be able to keep you guys updated with everything I'm doing. So y'all know this my side, this where I rap to y'all. Yo, consistency is everything, bro. Consistency is key. Stay consistent. Like I said, consistent with your strokes, consistent with you waking up in the morning, consistent with you being on time. You know, just everything is about consistency in life. That's just always been my motto, my goal, just staying consistent. You know, if I tell you 8 o'clock, I'm trying to get there at 7:30. You know, maybe 7 o'clock. If you ask me for a certain haircut, I want to be able to ensure that I'm giving you a haircut that you like, but as a barber, you know, you gotta add your own twists and turns to your own style, you know. And my boy asked for a high taper. He probably wasn't used to his last barber picking his hair out and recurling it, but it's just something I do, you know. It's just to define the cut. And one thing about me is I love detail. You know, I love every inch of detail. I love the sharp lines, the ergonomics of just my trimmers, and you know, the everything, bro. Like just stay consistent. You know, you want linear lines, you want straight lines, you know, you want perfect lines. Haircut will never be perfect. Like, your client might not like it, but if he walk outside your shop or your suite and 10 people compliment him, now he's like, damn, I ain't see nothing that they seen, so let me go back and look in the mirror and see what they see. Oh, I like it now because it's different. That's what come with it when you try new barbers and new haircuts and things in that nature. Like, you might be a guy that only get vertical bars, so when you get your C cups, you might don't like it. And that's simply because you're not adapted to it. You guys, everything is about adapting. You know, everything is about adapting. Like I say, even with me having like guys that I've been cutting for a very long time, like I still try to get them to switch their style up sometimes. As a barber, I can only I can only offer my opinion. So without further ado, let's lock back in. I'm taking my FX1s, just hitting his back neck area. Look how I stretch his neck so I won't cut him. I tilt his head in a way where I won't cut him. And these things are hitters. Like if it's a standard blade, I'm on it. Like I'm very light-handed, and I feel like the standard blades, like they shred. Like as you can see, I'm just tapping. And it's not pulling his skin like a deep tooth blade would. And I've tried a deep tooth blade. I tried the wedge blade. The wedge blade is a little too sharp for my liking. Definitely could cut somebody, but for the most part, this standard blade is it. Deep tooth it's cool, but I just feel like it just tug with the skin a lot, and I'm not into that. It forced me to be heavy-handed, and I'm not into it. As you can see, these things are shredders. So after I prep my skin, and this is, if you see me lining up his vertical bar and the cut looks finished just within that, like, you know that's a good cut. That taper looks clean. And this is a natural look. And I left some of the bulk on the side of his head like that simply because when we go to curl it, you want evenness around the entire head. These trimmers are hitting. As you see, these trimmers are hitting. I want to drop a video and show you guys how to modify, resharpen and do everything you need to the blade in order to get them to crack like that. And I do want you guys to stay around because I do want to show y'all what I mean by reactivating his curls. As you can see, when his hair was curled, his curls wasn't defined. So I was not going to curl on top of curls. It just was not going to happen. So what I do, I inch his hair out and recurl areas of his head that probably wouldn't have been able to be curled with them already having curls in there. Here I'm taking my real hair fibers. This right here, this step is mandatory for me because it just creates better pop. It's mandatory for me because you can tell that he have enhancements, but with the hair fibers over top, it give a natural pop, give a much realistic look. Here I'm taking my tan Barber Magic pencil. I've tried white, I've had white, but my clients love tan. I love tan, so that's what we rocking with. And I'm not creating thick lines, but I'm creating real solid light lines. And this almost like concealer. When your girl, like I say in every video, when your girl doing her eyebrows and she put the brown, the gold concealer on that end to get them to pop, that's basically what we doing with the hairline. And I'm taking my trimmers to blend it in. I just want to smoothen it out, not smear it, smudge it. I'm just smoothing it out. And this cut came together clean. That's clean. I appreciate everybody that been here with this journey so far, and I appreciate all the new guys that's here. If you don't already, again, drop a sub. It'll help the channel. This cut came together clean. Here, this is what I mean by reactivating his curls. I spritz water on it, and then I take my curl gel. You can use curl moisturizer, anything that'll curl the hair. As you can see, I stayed real light on the top to ensure that everything's hitting the top. And then you see his curls activating without me even using a curl brush. And here in Baltimore, we call it the cruddy brush, but they activate it. That looks good. As you can see, his curls is coming back out. We defining the curls again. That looks good. From the back taper, after I retouched it and everything looks good. That's dope. Go ahead, tell them how you feel about it.
It's tough.
It is what?
It's tough.
You like it?
Yeah.
As barbers, we got guys that comes in our place of business, our place of work, looking like this. It's our job as barbers to create a masterpiece. It's our job to create a transition, a blend like never before. So they'll walk in like this and walks out looking like this. Let's lock in. Drop them comments, like, subscribe. Don't dare on me now. We locked in, we locked in. It's dope. This cut came out clean. Stay consistent. Stay consistent and always remember, be you. When it's time to pick up them clippers, be you. Whatever works for you, whatever technique, be you. Appreciate it.